as luck would have it, the unit is plugged in, but it is not powering on. We should have a power light here, orange power light on here, and I'm not exactly sure what the problem is. I'm hoping it's not a circuit board failure. The wiring is done properly, but I'm thinking maybe while I was doing all that solder work, tugging and pulling, I may have separated something from the circuit board, so we got to go back in and see if we have power going to the circuit board. It looks as though I may have broken off a shielded fuse here. It's a small fuse, so I'm going to have to replace the fuse because I have the leg broke off on the end. I think I have some smaller fuses, but I have to go inside now and find out what size fuse that is. So instead of taking out the circuit, the fuse altogether and replacing it, and the fuse is fine, I'm going to solder a wire on the side of it, and then I'll retape this heat shrink back onto it, and then I'll leave the wire stick out a little bit, and then I'll resolder back down to the board, and that should affix a repair. I just need to be careful what I'm doing in here. So we're going to solder a wire on it and retape it, or put another heat shrink onto it, remove the old pin out of the board that's broke off, and reinsert that, and we should be in luck. Now, as you can see, I have a small copper wire wrapped around this end of the soldering the fuse, and I'm going to put this heat shrink back on, possibly put another one over it, and just let this little piece of copper stick out, protrude, and then I'm going to already soldered the hole here, unsoldered the hole, and I'm going to reinsert the fuse into that and solder it there, and that should bring power back to this unit, I am hoping. So here we go. Okay, I've put some electric tape on the fuse, and then I put a larger piece of heat shrink, and it shrunk down to snug on the fuse, nice and snug. And now I have soldered the fuse wire, the copper wire, back into its place here, and now we're going to put the board back in place gently, gingerly, and see if we can get power on this. Okay, it's going to flip off the switch so we can see the lights better. I think we probably see it anyway. I'm getting ready to plug the unit in, so I'm just going to carefully tip it over here. I'll keep it and get in place. Not touching anything electrical in there. Good to go. I'm going to put the back on, actually. No, I'm going to just go at that, I think. Let's see what happens. And it should power up without me touching anything. And here we are. And we have power back on the unit. So that's a secondary repair, and it was caused by my initial repair on this wire here. Fuse broke off on the board, and that's a jury rig repair. So there you go. Thanks for watching, everyone. Hope that was a bit helpful to you. If you ever come across similar issues with your Noco battery charger, wish those wires were silicone or rubber, but they're vinyl and they crack, and this is what we have to do. Back in the saddle again. Have a charger for another few years, hopefully. Thanks for watching.